Hey everybody, it's Amanda with Tap Mom in the Beg Brigade. I hope everybody had a good weekend. Today is Monday, February 21st. What a day. Hope you have a good beginning of your week. And this is Mornings with Jesus for 2022, daily devotionals. Start off with a Bible verse and then we'll read the inspirational story. Hopefully, as soon as my eyes adjust to this bright light that I had in my face a minute ago. Anyway, Bible verse goes as follows. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Matthew 5:4. And here's our story. 5 years after my last novel came out, I published another one, and copies arrived on my doorstep. Copies arrived on my doorstep. That's usually a time of huge joy, gratitude, and celebration. But when I opened the box, I defaulted into stress and fear. Then I got mad at myself for those emotions, ashamed that I couldn't feel the excitement I wanted to feel. As I prayed, Jesus reminded me that the past year had brought many forms of grief. The death of a family member, the Alzheimer's diagnosis of another, and my husband's cancer diagnosis. And empty nesting had hit harder than before when my hubby and I were alone at Christmas. How did I handle it? I had shut out my feelings and worked like crazy, writing, editing, and organizing book launch events. No wonder I felt burnout and my feelings were a confusing mess. Gently I shared my grief with Jesus. Safe in his arms, I let tears fall and told him how broken I felt and how much I was hurting. When I allowed myself to mourn, he comforted me. The gratitude I longed to experience emerged naturally. Trusting that I would survive these painful times strengthened my spine. I even shared my sense of brokenness with a friend, and she thanked me because she was experiencing similar feelings. She was relieved to know she wasn't alone. No one likes loss and grief, but when we are most vulnerable, Jesus pours out comfort. He weeps with us. He reassures us, and he points us to the joy to come. Sharon hints. Faith step. Have you been trying to outrun grief? Stop and pour out your heart to Jesus today and let him comfort you. Woo! Not as of lately, but in the past I've felt grief that I had to shove down and not allow myself to feel because of protecting others around me. So I definitely can understand that. If this speaks to you, please leave me a message. And I know one of my sweet subscribers is definitely going through a loss right now. And I hope this comforts you and lets you know that it's okay to grieve. It's okay to cry. That Jesus sees your pain and he offers you comfort and love. And it's okay. It's okay to grieve. No one's judging you for that. We all do it. December before last, I lost my landlord. And I really wasn't terribly close with her, but I cared about her. When we first moved in here, she kind of came across very abrasive and cantankerous, a little pint-sized woman, barely 100 pounds, named Rosie. But as time went on, she had found the Lord and started going to church, and her whole demeanor changed. And I wouldn't say we got close, but we kind of become understanding toward one another. and I cared about her. And I didn't find out for like 2 weeks that she had passed away on Christmas, and or the day after Christmas or something like that, around Christmas time. And her daughter, because I was like, I forget, I called to ask about something, and her daughter says, "I'm sorry." She says, "Mama died," and I was like, no one had told me. And then of course I was struck by her grief, because I knew how close they were. They had breakfast together every morning, like clockwork. They were very, very close. And I immediately told her, I said, "I'm so sorry." And of course I was, by the time I got "I'm so sorry" out of my mouth, I was bawling my eyes out. And she says, "No," she says, "I'm sorry that no one came and told you, and that you had to find out like this." And I was like, "I'll be okay. I'll be okay." And I almost felt ashamed, like I didn't have the right to be upset, because I wasn't that close to her. But at the same time, I cared about her. I mean, I rented from her for, 10 years at that time. And she was a feisty little woman. But she had breathing problems due to her heavy smoking. And she just, couldn't catch her breath, and she died. And she was in her 70s, but she was still so feisty. But, it was okay for me to be sad that she died. And this past Christmas, it was okay for me to remember her, and to be a little bit sad that she was no longer around. And now her best friend of 40 years is collecting the rent checks, and her name is also Rose. And it's just, you just miss somebody that when you don't see them, even if it's only once a month, you just miss them. But, this is running a little long. Sorry about that, y'all. But if you need prayer, please feel free to leave it in the comments, or I'll put my email in the comment section down below. And you could just email me directly if you're not, comfortable leaving your prayer request in the comments. That's fine. I will definitely converse with you over email if you're more comfortable doing that. Anyway, God bless you all. I love you all. Hope you have a wonderful Monday. Bye now. See you in the next one.